Hello, my name is Jesus Jaramillo, and this presentation is for the Data Assurance Plan for Across the States Bank. I am a member of the IT team. I am a security team member, so my duties are to monitor the network for any threats. And if any threats do arise, I am part of the incident response team. So, so here we have our plan laid out. As we can see here, in the header, we have our ASB title and then data assurance plan and version 1 because we plan to make changes to this document as time goes on and more systems are introduced, more planning goes through the process of data assurance. We will amend this document and add to it. So we start off here with the table of contents. Here we have what this document will cover. So our executive summary here, across the States Bank is committed to ensuring the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of its data to both employees and customers. All other employees of our organization, obviously, and then the customers who we support as a financial institution. That would be those who entrust us with their finances and their personal information, which is what makes up the sensitive data. So this data assurance plan provides a structured approach to managing data risks, ensuring compliance with regulatory standards, and preparing for data-related incidents. This plan aligns with industry best practices, ensuring secure operations across all business units and IT environments. So not only our headquarters, but also our branches are covered under business units, and of course, any IT support members that are working remotely. They also must adhere to this plan. So key definitions here, we have data assurance, confidentiality, integrity, availability. So these three terms here, confidentiality, integrity, and availability, defined our data assurance plan. All these three key elements must always be present for our data to be 100% secure. So here we see confidentiality. We want to ensure that the sensitive data being stored on our network is accessed only by those authorized individuals, be it employees or customers, or of course executive management as well. Integrity, we want that data to be accurate at all times and complete with nothing missing, nothing altered without prior authorization. And then availability, we want that data to be reliable and accessible to authorized users. This could be in any of our locations. It could be on the cloud, anything that pertains to data accessibility securely, only to those authorized to view it or manage it. Risk assessments, this is something that we want to do to identify threats or any vulnerabilities to our systems that may put our data in jeopardy. So we want to identify anything that falls into our risk assessment. Our vulnerability, that's obviously a weakness in a system or and a could be in our training methods, anything that we see as a weakness that we must harden. So objectives, so we want to ensure data integrity, confidentiality, and availability. We want to comply with any financial industry regulations, for example, PCI, payment card industry. We want to make sure we are complying with that since that is the service that we provide. Moving on here, roles and responsibilities of the people in charge of this plan. IT management, they oversee data assurance and strategy and compliance. Our security team, very important that they must implement technical safeguards and monitor threats. This is done by conducting various assessments throughout the year. Members are listed in our other documentation, which covers our incident response. So we can view that documentation online. It is always available, and we can find out who the team members are. Employees, anybody who works for Across the States Bank, is also expected to report any incidents and complete their assigned training, and also be aware of security policies that affect them. Third-party vendors, anyone we work with who we give access to our network, they must also adhere to our security policies. Some of the assets on our network that um, fall under this plan: financial records and internal reports. Our banking systems fall under this data assurance plan. A risk assessment, I mentioned before, this is very important. This is something that we must do on a regular basis here. Identify internal and external threats, assess the likelihood and impact of potential data breaches. The goal is to avoid a data breach, and we have to stay on top of that. Any vulnerabilities that are out there that may affect us, we need to remedy them as soon as possible. Documentation. We must document current safeguards and identify control gaps. Everyone who uses our security systems must know how to use them, and we have documentation for that. Ongoing vulnerability assessments. One vulnerability assessment is not enough. We must continue doing them on a regular basis. There are tools that we use to get this done. For example, Nexus. We also use penetration testing and code reviews internally and externally. We monitor for vulnerabilities in our systems and IT infrastructure. Patch management. All of our systems must be patched on a regular basis. All these methods here reduce risk. More, the more risk we take on by bringing in more systems and storing more data, we must become more demanding of our employees for security methods that we implement. They must use them. One example is multi-factor authentication. In order to log into our systems, there should be two forms of authentication, one password and one revolving token. We have set this up for all our systems and all of our employees. Data must be encrypted when being stored and also when being transmitted. We also have CrowdStrike, which provides endpoint protection and intrusion detection on all of our systems. We also provide employee training and phishing simulations. This is very important. We train, but we must also test that training with phishing campaigns. Incident response planning. Here we have documentation of our steps that we take to ensure that an incident is rapidly responded to and the correct steps are taken. Business continuity and recovery. That is the main goal after an incident. Systems should come back online once repaired, but the network can never go down. We have redundant systems in place. We also have offsite backups of our data that we can pull from. Failovers are A failover is constantly tested to make sure that our redundant systems are up and running and secure as well. To summarize, this data assurance plan positions across the states bank to effectively manage its data risks, protect customer information, and ensure operational resilience. By adhering to this plan across the states bank strengthens its defense against cyber threats, ensuring compliance and upholds customer trust. That is what we want. We want our customers to know that they are banking with an organization that is secure and is doing the best they can to keep their personal information secure. Thank you.